back to another episode of the vlog. This time we are going to be talking about the new year. It is the time between Christmas and New Year, so hopefully you've had a lovely Christmas and Boris hasn't shut us down yet. Luckily I'm back to the UK now, came back last week. I'm going to be staying here until the 15th of January. We're going to talk about what plans I've got for January in the next videos as we go through the day. Today it is a day in life of what I eat on training days. We've got a training session, we've got push today, and then we've got a bit of work before the Christmas break. So to start off the day, every single day, we have glutamine, we have curcumin, we have CV stack, which is looking after cardiovascular health. Where is it? Oh, there it is. We have the liver stack, we have myocarditis, just blood pressure medication to help me with my assistance, and then metformin to regulate blood glucose. Take this later in the day, but I always kind of take it in the morning because sometimes I forget in the evening, so that's always just normally goes in. And then last but not least, probably the only Pfizer injection that is probably working at the moment in time, which is the Pfizer growth hormone. So that goes into, I use in the morning. Now, speaking of this, I had a bit of a nightmare. You may have seen my pictures the first time I did it when I was saying that I was working with Darren. I was super happy with my progress and I was like looking all tonk outside and massive. And then a couple of days go by and I'm just, doing my thing, getting on with the plan, really motivated. And then one of these pens, which has like 36 I use, which is supposed to last probably technically something like 22 days or something like that for me, or 18 days or something. And I came to the 5th day and I opened the fridge and it was in there and I got it out and there was nothing in there. I'm like, that can't be right. I haven't, used 18 days worth of growth hormone. And then I was just on the on FaceTime to the missus and she's like, "You're an idiot." And I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You're a fucking idiot." I was like, "Okay, tell me a bit more." She goes, "You've been injecting way more than you think that you have." And I then looked and I realised that I'd been taking probably 10 times the amount I was supposed to, just by the injection sizes and the vial sizes. So all of that like kind of puffiness and thought I'd gained a lot of muscle in that first week with Darren was a lot more water weight than I thought. So we're back down to normal dosages now. There's no long-term negative health effects of doing that over like a 5-day period anyway. So we're back down to normal dosages. So if I look a little less pumped, it's because I'm not like a water buffalo with how much growth hormone I was pumping into myself, like I was trying to beef myself up ready to sell me at the fucking cow auction. But that's like a learning curve for that one anyway, but that's a little bit of fun. So that's my morning routine. I'm going to go and get some work done now, and then next we are going to go and talk about what the goals are for the new year, how to set goals, what we should be looking at, and how to reverse engineer. I'm going to take you through mine as well. So see you next one. Right, it's meal number 1 and it is time for some core, some cream of rice, some berries and whey protein. So at the moment I'm using the cream of rice from CSN, salted caramel flavour. It's very sweet but awesome. And a lot of people get and butcher cream of rice, so the key tips are, for whatever you use of this, you times that in by 5 in water. So I'll use about 75 grams and I will use probably about 450 of water to get the best consistency. And then the next tip is use a bloody whisk. You don't want lumpy cream of rice, so you put it in the microwave, do it for about 1.5 minutes, and then stir it all up with a whisk, then put it back in for 30-second intervals until it's like that creamy thick consistency, and then load your toppings on top. So it's a pre-workout meal going in. This is on training days only. The rest day food for breakfast is eggs, turkey bacon, veggies and toast, and this is definitely my favourite meal of the day at the moment. It's just so easy to get down, it fills you up nicely, and yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to have this thick consistency, high volume, and it just takes the hunger away completely. So I'm going to get towards that now, make it, and then we will then train after a little bit more work today. And the key to eating any type of cream of rice or yogurt based stuff is always a baby spoon. It lasts longer, you get full quicker, and you don't just nail it in 2 kind of mouthfuls, and your digestion is much better because you chew it more as well. So baby spoons for the win.
That food isn't in his meal plan. He's cheating on his diet.
Unlike anything with me, normally a day's plan normally goes absolutely spiffingly, but there's some hitch-ups. You might notice that probably had a shave, my beard has grown back, so we're not actually on that day of the life. We're actually 4 days later in Manchester on New Year's Eve. Work got super busy and I ended up putting it off and procrastinating on it. So we're doing half the day and day and a half between Christmas and New Year, and now we're doing the second part of the day in New Year's Eve. The last 3 or 4 days has been hectic in terms of work. We're starting a 5-day kickstart for new people in January. We've had loads of January people starting. We've lots of new tasks going on. And actually, I haven't even been in the gym for like 6 days. I feel like an absolute fatty. Christmas is great. Lots and lots of chill, lots of alcohol. It's been great. So we're now in Manchester. We have tonight, as with anything when it's Nathan, in downtime it revolves around 3 things, which is experiences, some sort of training, and then work as well. So we've been downstairs. We're in Manchester now, downstairs at the hotel, doing lots and lots of work in prep for January, and then we are doing warehouse project tonight, which is Fatboy Slim, Low Stepper, Yusuf, Hannah Wants, Annie Mac, for like 12 hours. It's going to be incredible. I love a good rave, so I'm going to get video footage of that. We're going out for dinner tonight as well, more than likely hit a vegan spot for the missus, and I'll try and get some meat somewhere across the line, but the rest of the day will just be one meal. We're probably having like 2 meals a day now while we've been in Manchester. Still probably not tracking calories. Probably need to sort that out in the new year, because it's been about 5-6 days since I've kind of not went off track, but definitely haven't made the progress that I was supposed to. You know, me and Darren were talking about we need another 6 to 8 weeks of like kind of dieting / building and recomping at the same time, and I really want to make sure that actually lasts only 6 to 8 weeks. So I need to get back on the horse here. Sorry, Darren. It's just been busy, and also priorities of enjoying life and experiences and stuff like that. So we've got dinner. I'm going to go and do a training session now, which I won't record because you've already got the good training session. I haven't trained in such a long time, so it's really fucking difficult. We're going to go out for dinner tonight, and then we're going to go to warehouse, and we may do a little bit of a spot of what's coming in the new year for Autonomy and what's coming in the new year for me, which is really quite exciting. Apart from that, guys, catch you in a bit. Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully everybody is okay. It's the day after the dance or the New Year's Eve party. To conclude, I think we've got to be really, really careful about where we go for a night out in terms of the DJs and stuff like that. Again, disappointed in the performances. I find that when people go to have New Year's Eve parties, they always make really, really poor choices of the songs that they mix and what they do. They try and play to the crowd at New Year's instead of actually just playing their own stuff. So like Hannah Wants was great, but equally she didn't play any of bangers, she didn't play any really good songs, and we were like, we were doing it sober first of all, and that meant that it was never as good as when you're taking stuff. So we ended up just doing like till 12:30, celebrating the New Year, and then back in to the house, got a Burger King on the way home, and we just basically sat in bed for a bit and watched TV. So it is now 2022, which means that it is the new year, and it is all guns blazing on the goals of what we're going to try and achieve for the year ahead. Very, very excited for this year. It's going to be phenomenal. So I know I wanted to kind of give you a brief insight into what we're doing or what I'm doing for 2022 in terms of, this is the day in the life video. So it's like what is happening in my life going forward this year, which is, it's a lot going on. So in 15 days, I'll be traveling to Mexico and be trying to go to Playa del Carmen. This is the third time I tried to go to Mexico. What happened last time was COVID happened. 2020, I went from Australia to Barcelona, lived in Barcelona for 2 months, and I was about to fly out to Cancun when COVID happened and Boris announced a lockdown. So instead of going to Mexico and hiding out in South America, which probably would have been a good idea in hindsight, I went back to the UK and ended up getting a flat, a dog, and all that type of bollocks. That ended up ended up losing that in about 6 months to 8 months after that, because it wasn't the lifestyle I wanted. So that was like the first time, or actually that was the second time. No, so first time, sorry. And then the second time is during this year. I tried to go again, but then there was the red flags, the amber flags, and the green flags that were part of the UK. That was in existence, and I was going with some friends that didn't end up going because they were part of the red thing and didn't want to come back to the UK and do the whole quarantine thing. So ended up cancelling that one. So it's now third time lucky when it comes to going to Mexico. This is very exciting for me in terms of going to Mexico. It represents a lot of things. This will be the last wonder of the world that I go and see. I've seen all of the other ones, and by far this will be the tick in the box of hitting those 7 things. I may do another video on what I learned from going to the 7 wonders, but the Great Wall of China was equally probably the best thing that I've ever seen, ever experienced. Going to China in itself was just mental, hieroglyphics as words, and not knowing anything, and being exposed to a completely different way of life when that was 2019. I spent 2 weeks in China, Beijing, Shanghai, and I'd definitely go back 100%. Maybe not why the Rona's still evident and everyone hates China at the moment. But this will be the last tick in the box for the 7 wonders of the world. We're going for 6 weeks, so I'd fly out on the 16th of January, and then flying to Dubai potentially on the 1st of March. We've got a week's worth of festivals in Cancun. They're doing like this Ibiza in Cancun, so they're renting out like 6 or 7 different hotels. They're putting on like 6 to 7 different events over the course of the 7 days. All the top DJs are going, so it's going to be mental. Some friends are going to come over from the UK, Dubai. Me and Mills are going to go, and there's going to be plenty of stuff going on over there. We may make a little trip to Vegas before we go back to Dubai, just because we want to go and experience Vegas for a little bit. For 3 or 4 days, live it up, go shooting some guns, going to the casinos, go to the Grand Canyon, the things I haven't done yet. So we've been to Vegas before. That was more of a party holiday, but this one's going to be a bit more of an experience, so that's going to be great. And go to one of my favorite restaurants, well, not favorite, but it's one of my nostalgia based restaurants, which is Denny's, which is like a 24-hour American cafe where you get like pancakes and steak dripping over cheese and stuff like that, which is a heart attack ready to happen. But we're going to go there, and then we go back to Dubai. So I'm going to give you the plans for the next like kind of year, just so you know what my thought process is like as a person that calls myself a bit of a nomad traveller. I like to plan ahead. I like to know where I'm going and what we're potentially doing in all cases. So we'll go to Dubai March till halfway through April. I'm setting up something really exciting with Adam, my business mentor and good friend, where we're going to set up a separate business together, which is going to be really exciting. Now I'm going to have to run 2 businesses, which is going to be amazing and a big challenge. So we're setting up something there where I'm going to spend a bit of time in Dubai, just getting that all set up, get it all the logistics done, the business set up, bank account, whatever it needs to kind of get that done and dusted, up and running. And then we'll be running 2 businesses, which will be great. After Dubai, we're going to go back to the UK for a little bit, and what this year with Autonomy, we're going to make sure that we do quarterly meetups and quarterly photo shoots and quarterly coffee clubs, all this type of stuff, so we really get that in-person feel with our clients, which I think was missing, and that's on me to get back to the UK to make that happen. So we'll do a photo shoot towards the end of April, coffee meetup, Turkish, whatever we need to go for food wise, and then flying out to Bali. Bali is somewhere that I love. It's great for co-working. I think they still have a quarantine of like 5 days, but hopefully by then, fingers crossed, they won't have that. And then we'll go for like 3 months to Bali again, then do another stint in the UK for a week just to do another photo shoot. It's my birthday over July as well, which means that I'll be going to Wimbledon with my mum, because we had tickets like 2 years ago that got cancelled, so semi-final tickets of the women's championship, which is going to be great. I love Wimbledon. We've been twice before, and on separate days, and that was just phenomenal. It's something that me and my mum do, just like we bond. We used to watch tennis when we were younger all of the time, so having that there is going to be great for us. It's my birthday, I'm 30, so we'll probably do something in the UK for that, and then we'll fly out July-ish to September and do somewhere different over the course of the summer. So Dubai in the summer is not even worth being there because it's so warm, so we're not going to even attempt to stay there. So that's going to be probably either, it depends on how Mexico goes, probably another South America trip, maybe an America trip, depending on if we want to go from like East Coast to West Coast. But I don't really want to do that over the summer because none of the sports are on over the summer, which is just selfish on me. But I want to make sure that when I would go to America, I'm watching sport on like every other day. I'm seeing all the big names, LeBron James. I want to go and watch the baseball. I want to go and watch Tom Brady again, and watch all the NFL and go and watch all of those big events. So it'll be somewhere between July and September. We'll go to somewhere Asia, or we'll go to somewhere, well, we're thinking maybe South Korea, go to that side of the world, that proper Asia side of the world, which I've never been to before. Go to Seoul, go snowboarding potentially, or go into the mountains and go into the snow, which I can't snow or skiboard. I can't ski or snow because of my knee, but we'll definitely go. And I love going to those type of places, even if it is cold, and you get the feel of those like hills and mountains and fresh air. And then from September to December, that'll probably be the America trip, or it'll be somewhere off the cuff, which will be great. We are thinking potentially and definitely want to go back to Australia at some point when they open. Then we'll think about going back to there for 3 months. So that's kind of how we anticipate the year to go, which is going to be fantastic. I'm going to keep that theme across the months, where we go three months one place, travel in between those places over the 3 months, then back to the UK, then that and that and that, and then next year we'll with the prep and making sure that this goal of mine of being competitive on stage is going to be to the forefront of my mind. I need to make sure that whenever I do that, I need to be in a settled place to be able to prep for that period of time. So we'll probably end up January to March, go somewhere again, probably the last little stint before we go before we really knuckle down, and then from March to maybe September, that's where Dubai will be the place and the kind of base camp for the trip, the competitive season, which is something I've never done before. It's going to be completely new, and I want to be settled in one place so that we know where our bread buttered, so I can go, okay, this is where I'm going to do my food, this is where I'm going to do my training, and there's no other goals or focuses apart from work, and then the competitive season, and getting in incredible shape, so that, and suffering along the way, which is going to suck. So that's why you don't want to do any traveling while you do that. You don't want to make it harder than it already is, which is going to be incredibly tough. So that's how my year's looking, and that's what I've done for so many times. I've forecasted, I've made a picture in my mind and said, hey, this looks a good idea, let's go and fucking do it, and it's always been that way. So I'm going to do that again and again and again until it's broke and the world is conquered, because we're running out of places to go that much. So I need to go and find some new places and see different faces, places, and meet up with people and stuff like that across the world. So that's how we're looking for the year ahead, which is going to be really, really incredible. And obviously at the same time, we're going to get tank as possible, and obviously vlog it along the way whilst we're running the business, while we're running the second business, whilst I'm trying to do a muscle building phase. All of these things all come together with the travel and stuff, so that it's not impossible. Like, you just have to have some pre-planning and make sure that you're not settling for second best on those things. So hopefully that was an insight into my day. I know it was only half-ish of a day, but I'll promise I'll do a proper full day of eating when we get to Mexico. We are going to, when we're there, we're going to have the ability to kind of have a stable base. There's not going to be any surprises of traveling here, there and everywhere. We're just going to, I'm going to stay in Playa del Carmen for, 4 or 5 weeks consistently before we go to Cancun. So there's definitely a stable base for training, food, some coffee, some nice places, beach walks, and that's going to be vlogged all the way through as well. So guys, thank you for tuning in to this day of the day in the life-ish of Nathan, and we will do a proper one. But happy new year to all you guys, and if you do have the ambition of trying to travel and have the ambition of going to see different places, then get it down on a piece of paper, get it down and written out, look at the reverse engineering of it. I think of in my mind, that would be a lovely experience to go and experience. Like, for example, going to see the Chichen Itza. That would be a lovely experience. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, well, I need to be in Mexico to do that. Okay, cool. How do I get to Mexico? Okay, well, I need 4 or 5 weeks in a single place. Okay, we'll go from this date to this date. And then when you've got the financial support to be able to do so, you book it. And then you look for an Airbnb, and then you look for the amount that you can spend, and then you find something that is within your budget, and there always is in these places. There's an amount of times that I spent in hostels, which is not ideal, but I wanted to go to San Francisco, for example, like San Francisco, and I couldn't afford a hotel when I went in 2019 because it's so expensive. But I made it happen because I stayed in a hostel with a separate room, and that made sure that I was doing and living the dream that I wanted to, at the same time as being able to financially afford and not put myself in a hole. So anything is possible when you have a bit of vigor and you reverse engineer it, and that's this is what this testament, this vlog will be. It will be me showing you guys how you can do the exact same I'm doing. I'm not special. This video for a very, very important announcement. I want to invite you all to our Facebook group. We have a 6 Phase to Forever Facebook group, which is a part of our coaching process that is free, that you can get lots and lots of value on a week-to-week basis. I go live once a week. There's plenty of content in there, and there's always special bonus material if you're looking at getting in shape, or how to stay in shape forever. So if you are wanting that, the link will be here somewhere, and then also it'll be in the description. So guys, see you there, and you get to see my ugly mug on a week-to-week basis. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just got a job that I really fucking love, and I'm working hard for it at the same time as going chasing those personal goals of getting massive, going traveling the world, and living the best life. So have a good day, guys, and I'll see you in the next vlog.